Hello, my name is Michaela Key, and today I will be presenting Stage 2 of my signature project. My study is entitled Balancing Academics and Social Emotional Learning in the First Grade Classrooms. This presentation will walk you through my original problem, my background research, my action plan, and the projected impact on student achievement. Now we'll be getting into the problem statement. The problem addressed in this project is the ongoing struggle teachers face when trying to balance social emotional learning, or SEL, with academic instruction, especially in the early grades. With Alabama's Literacy Act and Numeracy Act heavily emphasizing reading and math scores, SEL is often overlooked, even though students are entering school with such significant social emotional skills gaps. Teachers frequently feel torn between spending time managing behaviors and emotion or pushing forward towards the next academic content. My project explores whether embracing and embedding social emotional instruction actually supports academic outcomes instead of taking time away from them. Background data. I began by examining Teaching Strategies Gold assessment data from my own school, Oakman Elementary. 60% of first graders were well below expectations in reading, 100% were below expectations in math, and 66.7% were below expectations in social emotional learning. This shows that both academic and SEL needs are significant and that low SEL skills may be contributing to poor academic performance. Students who struggle with behaviors, emotions, and peer interactions lose valuable instruction time, which affects reading and math outcomes. Research question. My research question was, does explicit social emotional instruction improve academic outcomes in first grade? My hypothesis was that classrooms receiving structured SEL instructions would show similar or greater academic growth in reading and math than classrooms without SEL instruction. When students can regulate emotions, follow directions, and work cooperatively, instructional time becomes more effective. Review of literature. My literature review strengthened the need for this project. According to the CASEL framework, SEL is made up of 5 competencies: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Research shows that when students are taught these skills directly, they demonstrate better behavior, higher engagement, and improved achievement. Developmental theorists like Lev Vygotsky support SEL as foundational for learning, emphasizing that children grow through social interaction and by being supported within their learning environments. Across the studies that I reviewed, one major theme was clear. SEL does not compete, or social emotional learning does not compete with academics. Social emotional learning actually enhances the academic. Methodology overview. To explore the impact of SEL instruction, I designed a quasi-experimental study using 4 first-grade classrooms. 2 classrooms would implement structured SEL lessons, while the other 2 would continue traditional instruction. The study would last 6 to 8 weeks and track student growth using consistent measurement tools. Participants and sampling. Approximately 80 first graders from Oakman Elementary would participate. I used convenient sampling because the classrooms were readily accessible and willing to participate. Teacher experience was balanced across the conditions. One experienced teacher and one first-year teacher in the SEL group, and one experienced teacher and one first-year teacher in the traditional group. This helps reduce teacher experience as a confounding variable. SEL intervention. The SEL classrooms would receive 20 to 25 minutes of structured social emotional learning instruction daily. Activities include morning meetings, emotional check ins, goal setting, self regulation strategies, relationship building activities. Prior to the intervention, teachers would complete 2 days of training to ensure fidelity. Weekly check ins during the study would help students' consistency and their problem solving. Validity and ethics. I address threats to internal validity by balancing teacher experience, providing standardized SEL materials, and monitoring fidelity through check ins. Ethical considerations including parental consent, student assent, protecting confidentiality, and secure data storage. Because this involves minors, all protections must be strictly followed to maintain ethical integrity. Expected outcomes. Based on the literature and the local data, I expect that SEL integrated classrooms will show greater academic growth than traditional classrooms. By teaching students how to manage emotions and solve problems, teachers spend less time on behavior redirections and more time on instructions. This directly increases academic learning time and supports the goal of the Literacy and Numeracy Act.